2018, in the Patnagar area of Balandir district, Odisha, lived the Sahu family. The family consisted of Ravindra Kumar Sahu, the head of the household, his wife, Samukta Sahu, their 2 children, and Ravindra's elderly mother, Jemamani Sahu. Ravindra Kumar Sahu was a professor at Jawaharlal Nehru College in Patnagar, while his wife, Samukta Sahu, was the principal of Jyoti Vikas College. Their son, Somya Shekhar, worked as a software engineer at a company in Bengaluru, and their daughter was studying in Kazakhstan. At that time, however, the daughter had come home to attend her brother's wedding. On February 18, 2018, Somya Shekhar married Riyame, a resident of the Sonpur area. Everything seemed to be going well, but 5 days later, on February 23, 2018, tragedy struck. Somya's sister, who had come from Kazakhstan for the wedding, was returning to her studies. Ravindra Kumar accompanied her to the Delhi airport. Meanwhile, Samukta Sahu was at work in her college. At home, only Somya, his wife Riyame, and his grandmother Jemamani were present. Around 12:45 p.m., Somya and Riyama were in the kitchen, discussing plans to prepare grilled eggplant and lentil curry. Suddenly, they heard a knock at the gate. Somya went to check and found a delivery boy holding a parcel addressed to him. The parcel had an old sticker indicating it was sent by someone named S.K. Sinha from Raipur, about 230 kilometers away. The box was wrapped in green paper with a white string protruding from it. At that moment, his 85-year-old grandmother, Jemamani, also came to see the parcel. Somya remarked to his wife, "This looks like a wedding gift, but I don't know who could have sent it, as I don't know anyone in Raipur." While talking, Somya began untying the string. As soon as he pulled the string, there was a massive explosion in the kitchen. The blast was so intense that all 3 were thrown in different directions. Blood began gushing from their bodies. The ceiling plaster cracked, the water purifier shattered, and the window broke into several pieces. They all writhed in pain. Blood spread across the floor, and Jemamani's clothes caught fire. Before losing consciousness, Somya screamed, "Save me, I'm dying." These were the last words Riyama heard her husband say. The fire burned Riyama's face and arms, and smoke filled her lungs, making it difficult for her to breathe. Debris entered her eyes, blurring her vision. Despite her injuries, Riyama crawled to the bedroom and managed to pick up the phone to call her mother-in-law at Jyoti Vikas College. However, before she could make the call, she fainted. Meanwhile, neighbors rushed to the scene, assuming a gas cylinder had exploded. Upon witnessing the scene, they were horrified. They immediately called an ambulance and rushed all 3 victims to the hospital. Unfortunately, Somya Shekhar and Jemamani Sahu succumbed to their injuries en route. Both had suffered 90% burns. Riyama, who sustained 40% burns, was admitted to the government hospital's burn ward, but her condition remained critical. The family prayed for her recovery. The police arrived at the scene and began investigating. Initial findings ruled out a gas cylinder explosion. The bomb squad was called, and upon entering the kitchen, they detected traces of explosives, confirming it was a bomb blast. This left the police puzzled. Who had brought the bomb into the house? Of the 3 who knew anything about it, 2 were dead, and Riyama was in no condition to speak. The police had no choice but to wait for Riyama's recovery. A week later, on March 3, 2018, Riyama's condition improved slightly, and she was able to provide some information. She revealed that on February 23, around noon, a parcel had been delivered to their home by Sky King Courier Service. Acting on this lead, the police immediately visited the courier office to investigate the sender. They discovered that the parcel had been sent by someone named S.K. Sinha from Raipur. However, further inquiry revealed that both the name and address were fake. The police made a minor error while sharing case details with the media, mistakenly naming the sender as R.K. Sharma instead of S.K. Sinha. This mistake turned out to be a significant clue. The name spread like wildfire across Odisha, leading the police closer to the perpetrator. Investigations continued, but there was no CCTV camera at the courier branch. The police questioned Somya's friends and family to identify potential suspects. Initially, no one seemed to have a motive. However, Samukta mentioned an argument with Punji Lal Meher, an English professor at her college, who was replaced as principal 5 months before the incident. Although the argument seemed trivial, the police decided to interrogate Punji Lal Meher. The investigation yielded no substantial evidence, so he was released. Later, the police learned that Somya had received a threatening call from an unknown number before his wedding. The caller warned him against marrying Riyama, stating, "If you marry her, it won't end well for you." Riyama was also informed, but even she didn't know who the caller could be. However, the person never called again, so both of them gradually forgot about it. Since this information was critical for the police, they traced the number and found the person who made the call. During interrogation, it was revealed that the person had a one-sided love for Riyama. He confessed, "I was the one who threatened Shekhar over the phone because I didn't want him to marry Riyama. But I don't have the courage to plan a bomb explosion or kill anyone. I didn't do anything like that." The police, however, didn't believe his words and started questioning him rigorously. But he kept insisting, "I am innocent." Eventually, the police conducted a polygraph test lie detector test, which confirmed that he was telling the truth. Hence, the police released him. Weeks passed, and the investigation dragged on. 3 weeks after the incident, the police had questioned over 100 people, including Shekhar's friends, family, neighbors, and staff from the Sky King Courier office. Despite their efforts, no clues emerged, and the case remained stagnant. The delay in progress raised questions about the investigation, prompting the Odisha government to transfer the case to the crime branch. Once the crime branch took over, they restarted the investigation of all suspects. Since there were no CCTV cameras inside or outside the courier office, the crime branch police reviewed footage from approximately 250 CCTV cameras in the area. Yet, they found no leads. Then, on April 4th, 2018, Balandir police received a letter. It stated, "The parcel was sent under the name SK Sinha, but it was RK Sharma who was involved. Not 2 but 3 people were part of this project. The reason for the explosion was Somya Shekhar's betrayal, which cost lives and crores of rupees. Please don't trouble innocent people by detaining them or asking unnecessary questions in the name of investigation." After reading the letter, Balandir police immediately sent a copy to Crime Branch Chief Aaron Bhatt. Aaron carefully read the letter multiple times, concluding, "The person who sent this letter must also be the one who sent the parcel." After all, no one else knew the police mistakenly identified the sender as RK Sharma instead of SK Sinha. People had assumed RK Sharma was the culprit due to the police's error. The crime branch then sent the letter to a forensic lab for examination. However, the letter had traveled 250 kilometers and passed through multiple hands, making it difficult to obtain clear fingerprints. The police then decided to show the letter to Shekhar Sahu's family, hoping they might recognize the handwriting. When the letter was presented to Shekhar's family, they initially seemed hesitant. The investigators stated that they had no suspicion about anyone based on the handwriting and were unaware of who might have sent the letter. However, suddenly, Shekhar's mother, Samukta Sahu, noticed something peculiar in the letter that made her read it several times. She began suspecting one person in particular, none other than Professor Punjalal Meher. Initially, the police had released him due to a lack of evidence. Samukta Sahu mentioned his name again because the letter contained the phrase, "undertaking the project." She explained that she had often heard and seen Professor Punjalal Meher use similar phrases in the college, although he usually said, "complete the project" during conversations. In this case, the letter said, "undertaking the project," which raised her suspicions. Taking all these factors into account, the police arrested Punjalal Meher once again and interrogated him rigorously. This time, under pressure, he confessed to a shocking story that left everyone stunned. In 2009, Punjalal Meher became the principal of Jyoti Vikas College. At that time, Samukta Sahu was not part of the college. However, in 2014, she was transferred to Jyoti Vikas College, and conflicts began to arise. Since Samukta Sahu was senior to Punjalal, she was entitled to be the principal of the college. Punjalal, however, was unwilling to relinquish his position, leading to disputes between them. Punjalal understood that sooner or later, he would have to step down as principal. Finally, in 2017, Samukta Sahu was made the principal, forcing Punjalal to give up his position. This planted a deep sense of revenge in his heart. From that moment, he started plotting ways to take revenge without arousing suspicion. He convinced himself that Somya Shekhar Sahu was the root cause of all his problems. Fueled by hatred and greed, Punjalo lost his humanity. Obsessed with his position as principal, he devised a plan to eliminate Somya Shekhar Sahu's entire family. During police interrogation, he admitted to having made the parcel bomb himself. He had learned bomb-making techniques by watching several movies and videos. Evidence of 12 different methods to make parcel bombs was found on his laptop. He also confessed to stealing chemicals from the college laboratory and purchasing explosive materials in the name of the college. After assembling the bomb, he buried the leftover explosives underground. Once the bomb was ready, he waited for the right moment to send the parcel. That opportunity came when he received an invitation to Shekhar's wedding. He decided to send the parcel as a wedding gift. On February 15, 2018, Punjalo attended his classes at the college as usual and then returned home. Knowing that his phone could be traced, he left it at home. He then took the parcel to the railway station, parked his vehicle there, and boarded a train to Raipur without buying a ticket to avoid being captured on CCTV. Upon reaching Raipur station, he covered his face with a cloth, hired an auto rickshaw, and reached a courier office around 5 p.m. There, he handed the parcel and address to the auto driver, asking him to deliver it inside. However, when the courier staff inquired about the contents of the parcel, the auto driver returned to Punjalo for answers. Annoyed, Punjalo took the parcel and left. He walked some distance, hired another auto, and reached another courier office named Sky King Courier. Noticing the absence of CCTV cameras, he entered the office, removed the cloth covering his face, and sent the parcel under a fake name, S.K. Sinha. The parcel was addressed to Somya Shekhar Sahu's residence. After sending the parcel, he returned home by train and resumed his normal routine to avoid suspicion. On February 20th, 2018, the parcel reached Shekhar's house, but was returned due to a reception party that day. 3 days later, on February 23rd, 2018, the parcel was delivered while Riyameh was in the kitchen, leading to the tragic incident. Remarkably, Punjalo even attended Shekhar Sahu's funeral to avoid suspicion. However, the evidence against him was overwhelming, including the courier slip and the letter sent to the ASP. Based on his confession and evidence, the Odisha Crime Branch Police filed a charge sheet on April 24, 2018, and presented it in court, leading to his imprisonment. The case is still ongoing in court, and Punjalo remains in jail. Meanwhile, Riyameh, Shekhar's widow, is recovering and has returned to her in-laws' home. Having lost her husband just days after their wedding, she declared that Shekhar was her first and only love and vowed never to remarry. She now lives with Shekhar's parents, cherishing his memory. This story serves as a reminder to stay vigilant and cautious. What are your thoughts on this incident? Share your views in the comments, and if you appreciate our effort, please like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.